This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever had that burning feeling rising up your chest just when you're trying to enjoy a nice meal, or worse, right before bed? Like clockwork, it shows up, steals your comfort, and leaves you popping antacids like they're candy. And if you're over 60, it may feel like this is just something you have to live with now. But let me tell you something straight from 30 years of experience in medicine. You do not have to settle for heartburn as a part of aging. There are natural, gentle, and incredibly effective ways to soothe your digestion, starting with what's on your plate. Heartburn and poor digestion are some of the most common complaints I hear from older adults. And it's no surprise. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less stomach acid, our metabolism slows down, and the muscles that help move food through our digestive tract get a little lazier. Add in years of processed food, stress, medications, and maybe a few unhealthy habits, and your gut starts to feel like a war zone. But there's good news. You can restore balance with the right foods that support digestion, reduce acid reflux, and leave you feeling light and energized instead of bloated and burning. So if you're tired of reaching for pills or avoiding your favorite meals, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about 10 of the best foods that can naturally ease heartburn and support healthy digestion, especially for seniors. These aren't exotic superfoods or hard-to-find ingredients. They're simple, real foods you can start adding to your routine today. And believe me, your stomach will thank you. Before we dive in, I want to say this. If you're struggling with digestive issues, acid reflux, or chronic heartburn, drop a comment below and share what you're going through. This community is a space for support, and I'm here to offer guidance where I can. You never know who else you might help by speaking up. All right, let's start with a quiet but powerful hero that's probably already sitting in your kitchen. Oatmeal. You might think of it as a humble breakfast food, but oatmeal is a powerhouse when it comes to digestive health. It's warm, soothing, and packed with soluble fiber that helps everything move along gently in your system. But more importantly, it helps absorb stomach acid and prevents it from creeping up into your esophagus, which is what causes that burning, sour feeling. I often recommend a bowl of plain, unsweetened oatmeal first thing in the morning for people who wake up with acid reflux or nausea. Add a little almond milk, a sprinkle of cinnamon, maybe some chopped banana, more on bananas in a second, and you've got a gut-friendly breakfast that starts your day on the right foot. Just skip the sugar or flavored instant packets. You want the oats doing the work, not the additives fighting against you. Now let's talk about a food that's sweet, soft, and surprisingly effective for taming an upset stomach. Bananas. Yes, bananas. They're low in acid, which makes them one of the safest fruits for people dealing with heartburn. But beyond that, bananas are naturally rich in pectin, a type of fiber that helps food pass through your digestive system more smoothly. They also coat the lining of your stomach, offering a gentle barrier against irritation. I've had patients tell me they started eating one banana a day mid-morning, and within a week, their heartburn was half as bad as it used to be. Simple changes like this don't just ease symptoms, they build a healthier gut from the inside out. And speaking of building a healthier gut, we have to talk about the food group most people overlook when trying to fix their digestion. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, romaine, arugula. These aren't just trendy salad ingredients. They're natural digestive aids that are low in acid and high in magnesium, which is a mineral many people with heartburn are actually lacking. Magnesium helps keep the lower esophageal sphincter, the little valve that stops acid from coming up, tight and toned. Without enough magnesium, that valve can get weak and lazy, letting acid splash where it doesn't belong. If you've ever had that uncomfortable bloating after eating or a heavy feeling in your chest, try adding a handful of fresh greens to one meal a day. It can be as simple as tossing spinach into your eggs or blending kale into a smoothie. And no, you don't have to choke down a bitter salad. Greens can be delicious when you mix them with foods that you already enjoy. Let me give you an example. One of my patients, a retired teacher in her 70s, used to suffer from daily reflux, especially in the evenings. We made just one small switch. She started eating a spinach and banana smoothie in the afternoon instead of her usual sugary snack. That one swap lowered her reflux episodes dramatically, and she said she started sleeping through the night again for the first time in months. That's the power of food as medicine. Now, while greens are amazing, there's another green vegetable that deserves its own spotlight because it goes beyond just easing. Reflux. It actually supports your liver, your gut lining, and your body's ability to detox. Ginger. Yes, it's technically a root, not a vegetable, but ginger is a real gem. It has natural anti-inflammatory properties that can calm the stomach and reduce nausea. It also helps strengthen the digestive muscles so your food moves the right way downward, not up. Ginger tea is one of the best ways to get it into your routine. Just a few thin slices in hot water, let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, and sip it slowly after a meal. Or you can grate some fresh ginger into your oatmeal, soups, or even salad dressings. I wouldn't recommend overdoing it too much. Ginger can be a bit intense, but just a small amount goes a long way. Alright, so we've covered oatmeal, bananas, leafy greens, and ginger for foods that are not only soothing but healing. And each one plays a different role. One absorbs acid, one lines your stomach, one strengthens your gut's tone, and one keeps things flowing smoothly. Together, they create a foundation for a digestive system that doesn't fight against you but works with you. Let's keep going, because there are even more delicious, healing foods waiting to be added to your plate. And once you've started adding fiber-rich oats and the power of ginger into your daily routine, your digestive system is already thanking you. But we're just getting warmed up. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Bananas. Yes, those humble yellow fruits that often sit quietly on your kitchen counter. If you've been brushing them off as just for smoothies, think again. Bananas are incredibly soothing for the stomach. They're soft, easy to digest, and rich in a type of fiber called pectin, which helps move things along in your gut. But more importantly, bananas help coat the stomach lining, offering natural protection from the acids that cause heartburn. It's almost like your stomach gets a gentle hug from the inside. And let me tell you, when acid reflux hits you in the middle of the night or right after dinner, that hug can feel like a miracle. Try slicing one up with breakfast or blending it with almond milk and a bit of honey for a simple digestive-friendly treat. Speaking of almond milk, it brings us to another surprising remedy: non-dairy milk alternatives. As we get older, many of us become more sensitive to lactose without even realizing it. You might not notice a full-blown dairy allergy, but you may feel bloated, uncomfortable, or acidic after a glass of cow's milk. That's because dairy can increase stomach acid in some people, especially whole milk and cheese. But almond milk, it's naturally alkaline, meaning it helps neutralize stomach acid. Plus, it's smooth, satisfying, and doesn't leave you feeling heavy or sluggish. Many of my patients who switch from regular milk to almond milk notice a major difference in how their stomach feels: lighter, calmer, and less prone to flare-ups. Just make sure to choose an unsweetened version. Added sugars can actually make reflux worse. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doctor, I've heard apples help digestion too. Is that true? Absolutely. Especially the red, sweet varieties like Gala or Fuji. Apples are rich in antioxidants, fiber, and a gentle acidity that actually helps balance the stomach's pH when eaten in moderation. There's an old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and while that's not a medical guarantee, I will say this: a sliced apple after a meal can work wonders for your gut. The natural fiber helps with movement through your digestive tract, and the fruit's natural sugars don't cause the same spike in acidity that processed sweets do. Some people even swear by baked apples with cinnamon. Just skip the sugar and enjoy the flavor. Cinnamon, by the way, has its own digestive benefits, reducing inflammation and soothing the stomach lining. And while we're on the topic of simple, comforting foods, let's not forget about papaya. This tropical fruit isn't just delicious, it's like a natural digestive enzyme in fruit form. Papaya contains something called papain, a powerful enzyme that helps break down proteins and ease the work your stomach has to do. That's especially important as we age, since our digestive enzymes naturally decline over time. That means more bloating, slower digestion, and more pressure building up in the stomach, often leading straight to that burning sensation we all know too well. A few bites of ripe papaya after a meal can go a long way in reducing that pressure. Some folks even take it before eating if they know they're about to indulge in something a little heavier, and it's easy to incorporate fresh, dried, or even in a smoothie with some almond milk and banana for a triple win. Now, let's not forget hydration. I know it's not technically a food, but what you drink is just as important as what you eat when it comes to heartburn. And there's one overlooked hero I always recommend: warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. First thing in the morning. It might sound counterintuitive after all. Lemons are acidic, right? But in the body, lemon becomes alkaline once metabolized. It helps cleanse the stomach, jumpstart digestion, and flush out toxins that might otherwise hang around and trigger acid reflux. It's a gentle ritual that sets the tone for your digestive health all day long. And when paired with something like oats or a banana for breakfast, you've already built a strong, soothing foundation for your gut before the day even begins. I've worked with thousands of patients over the years who struggled with chronic reflux. Most of them were surprised to learn how much power they actually had over their symptoms, just by adjusting their daily diet and making small, consistent changes. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight, but starting with these gentle, gut-friendly foods can be a game changer. Heartburn doesn't have to be part of your daily life, especially not in your golden years. You deserve to eat without fear of pain or discomfort. You deserve to sleep through the night without that fiery sensation climbing up your throat. And you deserve to enjoy your meals, your family gatherings, your quiet morning coffee, without the anxiety of what your stomach might do next. Food isn't just fuel, it's medicine. It's comfort. It's a way to reclaim your body's rhythm, naturally and gently. So keep going. You're doing better than you think. And we're not done yet. There are still a few more natural allies you'll want to meet: foods that can calm, cool, and support your entire digestive system, all while bringing real joy back to your meals. And one of my absolute favorite gut soothers is fennel. You might recognize it for its mild licorice flavor. But did you know it's been used for centuries as a natural remedy for digestive issues? Fennel contains compounds that help relax the muscles in your digestive tract, reducing gas, bloating, and that tight, uncomfortable feeling in your chest that often comes with acid reflux. You can enjoy it raw, sliced thin in salads, or roasted until tender with a drizzle of olive oil. Some people even chew the seeds after meals as a natural antacid. It's gentle, it's aromatic, and it supports your gut in a way that few other plants can. Now let's shift to another powerhouse that might already be in your spice cabinet: turmeric. You've probably heard about turmeric's anti-inflammatory benefits, especially for joint pain and brain health. But here's something most people don't realize. Turmeric also helps calm inflammation in the digestive tract, especially in the stomach lining. When you've got chronic reflux or heartburn, that inflammation builds up over time, making your system more sensitive and reactive to certain foods. Turmeric helps cool that fire, gradually creating a more balanced environment in your gut. A little goes a long way. You can sprinkle it into soups, stir it into rice, or even brew a cup of warm turmeric tea with a pinch of black pepper, which boosts its absorption. And don't worry, you don't need to tolerate spicy food to enjoy its benefits. Turmeric isn't hot like chili, it's earthy, mild, and deeply healing. Now, if we're talking about truly comforting and protective foods for digestion, we can't leave out one of the oldest healing traditions in the book: bone broth. Warm, nourishing, and full of minerals, bone broth is like a reset button for your gut. It's rich in collagen and amino acids like glutamine, which help repair and strengthen the intestinal lining. And when your gut lining is stronger, your entire digestive system becomes less reactive. That means fewer flare-ups, less acid backflow, and better nutrient absorption. Many seniors I've worked with like to sip it between meals or use it as a base for soups and stews. It's soothing, hydrating, and surprisingly filling. Bone broth is also easy on the stomach, making it ideal if you're recovering from a flare-up or just want something light and healing at the end of the day. If you've never made it at home, don't worry, store-bought options can work well too, as long as they're low in sodium and free from added preservatives. And now, to wrap it all up, let's talk about the unsung hero of digestive health, yogurt. But not just any yogurt. I'm talking about plain, unsweetened yogurt with live active cultures. Those live cultures are probiotics-friendly bacteria that support a healthy gut environment. When your gut is balanced with good bacteria, it digests food more efficiently, reduces gas and bloating, and keeps stomach acid in check. So many people overlook this because they're used to flavored yogurts loaded with sugar, which unfortunately does the opposite, feeding the bad bacteria and increasing acidity. Stick with the plain stuff. You can add a few slices of banana or a drizzle of raw honey if you need sweetness. Even a spoonful or two after lunch can help your digestive system stay on track throughout the day. I've had patients who struggled with heartburn for years, relying on antacids and medication, only to discover that once they added probiotic-rich foods like yogurt into their daily meals, things began to change. Not overnight, but gradually, consistently, gently. That's the power of healing from the inside out. Now, I want to say something important before we close. If you're someone who has been dealing with digestive problems for months or even years, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not stuck. And you absolutely have the power to feel better, naturally. Your body wants to heal. It just needs the right tools. That burning in your chest, the tightness in your throat, the discomfort that robs you of sleep or makes you afraid to eat, it doesn't have to be your normal. By simply choosing foods that work with your body instead of against it, you're giving yourself the chance to live with more ease, more comfort, and more freedom. No one expects you to make all these changes overnight. Start small. Choose one or two of these foods this week. Pay attention to how you feel. You might be surprised how quickly your body responds to something as simple as a banana in the morning or a cup of fennel tea after dinner. And please don't go through this alone. If you've been struggling with heartburn, indigestion, or any digestive issue, tell us about it in the comments. Share what's worked for you. Ask questions. We read every single one, and this community is here to support you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you want more down-to-earth, practical tips to stay healthy, energized, and vibrant no matter your age, subscribe to the channel. We've got more coming because your health journey deserves support every step of the way. Remember, small changes can lead to big results. You're never too old to feel better. You're never too far gone to start fresh. And you are absolutely capable of healing naturally, gently, and joyfully. Here's to living your best life, one bite at a time.